Small Public Affairs and Communications Manager for the Lynnwood Police Department, and this is your LPD Video Weekend Review. Today is Friday, July 9th, and here's a summary of some of the most notable incidents your Lynnwood police officers responded to this past week. We start with a case of organized retail theft at Ulta, in which the suspects targeted perfumes. The primary suspect has hit about half a dozen Ultas around the Puget Sound area, stealing about $20,000 worth of product since March. In Lynnwood alone, he grabbed about $1,500 of fragrances and left the Alderwood Mall area store without paying. He has been identified, but our detectives are still looking for a second man who acted as his lookout. These are pictures of the pair together. We're looking for the man in the light blue shirt. If you have any information on his identity, please email Officer Galloway at the email address listed on your screen. Now, we told you last week about the uptick in catalytic converter thefts and the importance of reporting them to us so we can identify the hardest hit parts of the city. Every week, we will update you on the number of incidents we've had. This week, we took 4 new reports for catalytic converter thefts. Replacement of the part and repairs to the damaged vehicle can be as high as $2,000. On June 30th, we responded to a report of a theft from Fred Meyer, a common call for us. But this particular incident highlights how recent changes to Washington state law impact which charges we refer to prosecutors. The man was caught with stolen merchandise, but the responding officer also found him in possession of a large amount of methamphetamine. However, instead of issuing a citation or making an arrest for the drug possession, the substance was confiscated and the man was given a Snohomish County Law Enforcement Agency Referral for Services form. Also on June 30th, officers responded to a very violent motorcycle versus vehicle collision that left the 21-year-old motorcyclist in critical condition. A nurse was fortunately on scene and provided life-saving aid to the rider until medics could arrive. It was later determined the 51-year-old driver of the van, who made a left-hand turn across Highway 99 in front of the motorcycle, was suspected of being impaired. He was arrested for DUI, his 4th in the last 10 years. He was also supposed to have an ignition interlock device, which he did not, and he was driving with a suspended license. He's now facing vehicular assault charges. The motorcyclist is expected to survive, but is still hospitalized at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. And finally, you've likely seen in both separate social media posts as well as in these weekly reports that our Special Operations section has been using a fake Facebook profile of a fabricated 13-year-old girl to catch child predators. Well, we've arrested 2 more. Both men initiated contact with the profile and arranged to meet the child explicitly for sex. They then showed up at an undisclosed Lynnwood location, believing they were meeting the teen, but instead meeting our officers. Now, some people have asked, why are you telling us? Doesn't that tip off would-be offenders? The answer is yes. We know our profile cannot catch everyone. So if someone is considering soliciting a child for sex but knows they may in fact be talking to a police officer and therefore decides against it, well, we consider that a win. That's all for this week. We'll see you next time.